Yo, UFC 318 goes down this weekend, and I'm here to break down the entire card and get my predictions and how I think the fights are going to go. I don't got much time to do this. I got a flight to go catch in a minute, so this might be a bit of a faster video, but yeah, let's get right into this shit. Yo, and for the very first fight of the night, we got Judas versus Nicole Caliari. I've heard of Nicole Caliari. I'm a little bit more familiar with her. She's an underdog here. She's, in my opinion, I think she's a little bit more well-rounded. She has knockouts and sub. This girl just has, all of her wins are first round knockouts. So I think that's why she's a heavy favorite here, but it's still not even by knockout. I was gonna originally pick this girl by KO, probably in like round 2 or 3, but honestly, I'm just gonna throw it up. I'm just gonna say Caliari by sub. Yo, next up on the card is Bruno Fera versus Jackson McBay, and I kind of feel bad for Jackson McBay. He was supposed to fight like Cedricus Dumas. I think he would have beat him. He was supposed to fight like somebody else. I think he would have beat him. But now this is short notice. He's been kind of in a like extended camp. Bruno Ferreira is a hard hitter. I think Bruno Ferreira is just gonna be a bit too much of a jump up. For a debut, especially 6-0, he can come in. He could definitely prove a lot of people wrong. I'm just gonna go for head of KO by round 2. I think like a little TKO. I don't think he's gonna put him out cold. But yeah, like I just think this is too much of a jump up compared to like a guy like Dumas or the other guy who's supposed to fight. Yo, and the next fight is Ryan Spann, somebody I'm really not too like high on, versus Lucas Berski. And I would say never like put your money on Ryan Spann, but bro, in this fight I do think it's safe. I do think it's safe versus a guy like Lucas Berski. He has almost as many knockout losses as he does knockout wins, and I don't know, it's just not looking the best for him. He's lost to guys that he should be. Ryan Spann really is not the best competition. I know he has just looked shit recently, but yeah, bro, I don't know, just Ryan Spann. Probably TKO in 1. But Ryan Spann has also had some good moments, and I think this is going to be one of those big moments. He usually shines up against guys like this level of guy. But yeah, so I think he's actually going to get a highlight KO in round 1. Bro, next up on the card, both these guys suck. Jimmy Croo versus Martin Patchio. I'm just going to go Croo by decision. I just think he's a little bit more well-rounded. Patchio's kind of weird. He was the guy that threw a head kick with the 2 feet of the other guy. So he can do some weird shit. I just don't think that he's that skilled, to be honest. And 37 years old, I think that's going to play a factor. Yeah, I just think Jimmy Croo's also a little bit more well-rounded. I just trust him to get it done by decision. I don't think it's going to go to KO. Yo, next up on the card, Islam Dulatov making his UFC debut versus Adam Fugate. And this is an interesting fight. What were the... Yeah, Dulatov by KO. Yeah, Sam. I'm just going to pick Dulatov. KO by round 3. Coming off the contender series, I believe it is. He had a good elbow KO there. He also gets some other, nice KOs. Only 1 loss, and I don't think Adam Fugate, he's good, but I don't think Fugate's a good enough level to compete with Islam Dulatov. Yo, and next I'm kind of hyped. We got a Tibbo Gutierre versus Robert Valentine, and man, this kid, if you know anything about him, this kid's my age. I'm big hyped for him. Like this Robert Valentine, he should be able to run through this guy. But yeah, Gutierre, I think he just smokes him, bro. Yeah, enough said. Yo, and for the next fight, we got Francisco Prado versus Nikolai for Kretinov. I'm just gonna go Prado by KO in round 2. Not gonna explain this shit too much. I think he's younger, and after looking at both the records, I think that he's more likely to get the finish. Yo, for the next fight, we got Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen. I'm not gonna waste too much time on this one. I honestly think both these guys' IQ is like through the floor. I mean, really, if I'm just gonna have to choose somebody though, I think Brendan Allen's the better fighter. I think he's got more of a dog. I think he's a bit hungrier. I know they're both coming off 2 L's, but I'm gonna say he has more momentum, I guess. He looked better than Anthony Hernandez, or against Anthony Hernandez, than Marvin Vettori looked against Roman Dolidze. Do what you will with that, but yeah, I just think Brendan Allen's gonna be able to outdamage him and just get it done by decision. For the next fight, I'm fucking hyped. Vinicius Oliveira, I'm gonna say he outdamages Kyler Phillips. I think his takedown defense is going to be too good. I think he's going to be able to outrange him. I think he's going to be out pity pat him on the feet. Yeah, I think he's going to look really good in this fight. Yeah, but I think Oliveira by decision. I think Kyler Phillips is good enough to survive. I just don't think he's good enough to beat Vinicius. Michael Johnson, the real hit or miss fighter. I mean, really glass cannon. Literally, Terrence McKinney, he's a fucking glass cannon. Daniel Zahuber, though, I'm just going to pick him by KO in round 1. I think it's going to be a pretty bad KO, to be honest, because Michael Johnson, he doesn't just get like TKO'd, bro. When Michael Johnson gets KO'd, he gets fucking KO'd. So yeah, I do think it's going to be pretty bad. 39 years old. Daniel Zahuber, I rate him pretty high. Yeah, I don't know. And the very next fight, bro, Danny Gay versus Patricio Pitbull. I just don't rate Patricio Pitbull that much. All of his good wins are in other organizations. He's 38, just fought Yair, looked shit. I don't know, bro. Danny Gay, 33, still prime years. He usually beats lower level guys. I'm not saying Patricio Pitbull's lower level, but I just think that he's gonna be good enough to edge it out by decision. Probably split decision, but still, I think Danny Gay will get it done by decision. And in the feature fight, we got Daniel Rodriguez versus Kevin Holland, and I'm picking Kevin Holland by submission in round 1. I think Kevin Holland's kind of entered this new mindset. He at least seems to be kind of on his tear. I think he's in a good space right now, especially coming off the 2 wins. Gunnar Nelson and Vicente Luque. He's on a rush right now to get hella fights. And I do think that Kevin can like come in here and just outland him on the feet. I do think he could outbox Daniel Rodriguez. I just don't think that Daniel has the best ground game, and I think as soon as he, you know, opens up with an opportunity or whatever, and Kevin's already outboxed him, I think Kevin's just going to snatch up the opportunity, hop on it, and sub him. For the co-main event, Paulo Costa versus Roman Copilov. Not going to waste too much time. Paulo Costa's been getting kind of like hurt in some of his fights lately. His 4 losses really aren't the worst. It's like Izzy, Sean Strickland, Robert Whitaker, one other maybe, I can't remember who else, but yeah, so I mean, they're really not the worst, but still, I think he's on this decline. I think Roman Kopylov is just going to get it done by decision. I don't think Paulo Costa gets hurt enough to where like he gets finished in fights, you know, unless you're Israel Adesanya. But I do think Roman Kopylov is going to be able to just kind of out damage him on the feet, and I do think he's going to be hungrier. Paulo Costa doesn't seem to want it anymore, and yeah, I think that's going to be the driving factor in this fight. And in the main event, bro, I do want to like sit here and, you know, give more time for this fight, but I really don't have time. I'm just going to say Holloway gets this shit done by decision. I think he's going to be hungrier. I think he needs to be fresher. Dustin Poirier's on his way out, and once you're kind of in that mentality, I just don't think you're the same kind of fighter. He looks to be in the best shape that he's been in his entire career, so that kind of not worries me. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think Bless is gonna get this shit done by decision. Yeah, like I said, I wish I could break this shit down more, but don't got time. Anyways, bro, with that shit being said, those are my predictions and how I think the whole card's gonna go. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree. Let me know what other predictions you guys got. But yeah, bro, besides that, like, sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.